For over 6 centuries, one empire dominated 3 continents, from the gates of Vienna to the deserts of Arabia, from the shores of North Africa to the heart of Eastern Europe. They were warriors, conquerors, lawmakers, and builders. They called themselves the House of Osman. We call them the Ottomans. This is the story of how a small Anatolian tribe rose to power, how they shaped history, and how they eventually fell. This is the rise and fall of the Ottoman Empire. In the late 13th century, Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, was a land of shifting powers. The mighty Seljuk Empire had broken apart. Mongols roamed the east. The Byzantine Empire still clung to its ancient cities, but it was weak. And in this chaos, a leader emerged, Osman, son of Ertuğrul. Osman began uniting Turkic tribes under his banner. His warriors, called Ghazis, fighters for the faith, launched raids into Byzantine lands. In 1299, Osman declared independence from the Seljuks. The Ottoman dynasty had begun. His son Orhan took Bursa in 1326, making it the first Ottoman capital. They adopted new weapons, new armies, and organized their state. Then came Murad I, who expanded deep into Europe, winning the legendary Battle of Kosovo in 1389. But victory came at a cost. Murad was assassinated on the battlefield. Under Bayezid, nicknamed the Thunderbolt, the empire grew at lightning speed. But in 1402, disaster struck. The great conqueror Timur defeated the Ottomans at the Battle of Ankara. Bayezid was captured. The empire seemed doomed. But from the ashes, Mehmed I restored Ottoman power. His son, Murad II, stabilized the borders and prepared the way for a young, ambitious ruler who would change the world forever. In April 1453, the siege began. For 53 days, the Ottomans attacked from land and sea. Then on May 29th, Mehmed launched the final assault. The walls fell. The city was his. Constantinople became Istanbul, the new capital of the Ottoman Empire. Hagia Sophia, the great church, was transformed into a mosque. The Ottomans had announced themselves as a world power. Over the next century, the Ottomans expanded in all directions. Selim first took Syria, Egypt, and the holy cities of Mecca and Medina. The caliphate passed to the Ottoman sultans, making them the leaders of the Muslim world. Under Suleiman the Magnificent, from 1520 to 1566, the empire reached its greatest extent. His armies took Belgrade, Rhodes, and most of Hungary. The Ottoman navy, led by the legendary Barbarossa, dominated the Mediterranean. Suleiman was more than a conqueror. He was a lawmaker, creating a legal system that balanced Islamic law with imperial needs. He was a patron of art, architecture, and poetry. The empire's architect, Mimar Sinan, built masterpieces like the Süleymaniye Mosque. At its height, the Ottoman Empire was a center of trade, culture, and science, connecting Europe, Africa, and Asia. But no empire lasts forever. After Suleiman's death, weaker sultans took the throne. Palace politics turned deadly. Princes were locked in the kafes, the cage, to prevent rebellion, but it left future rulers inexperienced. Corruption spread in the Janissary Corps. European powers with new technology and gunpowder tactics began to surpass the Ottomans in war. In 1683, the Second Siege of Vienna ended in crushing defeat. The Treaty of Karlowitz in 1699 marked the first major territorial loss. Over the next century, the empire slowly retreated from Europe. By the 19th century, nationalism was rising. Greece, Serbia, and Bulgaria won independence. European powers, especially Britain, France, and Russia, saw the Ottomans as the sick man of Europe. The Tanzimat reforms tried to modernize the state, new schools, railways, a modern army. But change came too late. The Crimean War and Balkan Wars drained resources. In World War I, the Ottomans sided with Germany and lost. The empire's Arab provinces were taken by the British and French. Istanbul was occupied. But a new leader, Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, rose from the ashes. Leading the War of Independence, he abolished the Sultanate in 1922 and the Caliphate in 1924. The Ottoman Empire was no more. The Republic of Turkey was born. From a small frontier state to a superpower, and from glory to ruin, the Ottomans left a legacy written in stone, art, and memory. Empires rise, empires fall, but their stories last forever.